Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing this evening? We had just finished up with the one cake we did live, and we're coming back and we're going to do this one, video it, because it takes a lot longer, and Mama said she couldn't get it done on a live, and after we forget the eggs and the other one, she might want to do this one videoed. Mama's bringing in some of our Etsy stuff we're going to show you right quick, just to remind you we still got it out there. This is our new stuff. You get the utensil box, wooden, and this larger trivet with Mama and me on it. And this is the star of the show. And Mama loves this. She's already had it out for decoration. She's going to get ready and decorate for Christmas. But this is a Dear Santa board. This is where you would put your milk and your reindeer treats. It says right here. And then cookies will go here. And it says, Love, John and Momma. But ours says Love, John and Momma because this is our board. Yours will say whatever you put on there for this to say. So yours may say, Love the Smith children. Or Love in your names. Maybe you have 2 children. Or maybe you have 3 children. But this one line right here is personalized. So when you order it, you just click on it and then you select what you want that to say. And isn't that wonderful? Isn't that neat? And then on the other side, which Mama says I can't use this one, you can use it for a cutting board anytime through the year and then turn it over at Christmas time and use it for a Santa board. So I'm going to lay it right here tonight, Mama. I'm going to use it anyway. Mama's making, tell them what you're making, Mama.
This is a raw apple cake. And it's in the cookbook.
Come over here, Mama.
Wait just a minute, I'm getting the cookbook.
Now, this won't be raw apples, though. It'll just be called that, because I'm getting ready to chunk these up.
You put raw apples in them instead of apple butter, applesauce, or cooked apples.
These are raw apples, freshly peeled.
It's on page 35 in our cookbook. Here's our cookbook, and it's on page 35. Hits the middle one, and it says Janice Chapman and Tootsie Davis. That's me.
That's me. That's Mama.
And that's the apple cake that I'm going to bake. And it's got a glaze. I'll put it on, or sauce you pour over it. And I'm going to cook it in this glass dish over here. You'll see it in a minute.
Should I read the recipe? Is that what you want?
Yeah, right there it is.
She tried to read it in the last one, so don't mix her cakes up now. Yeah. Apple cake. It says 1.5 cups of oil, 2 cups of sugar, 3 eggs. Mama, don't forget them eggs.
I got them eggs right here.
2 teaspoons of vanilla. And that'll be extract or pure vanilla, the one you want to use. So if you use pure, use a little less. Is that what you do, Mama?
I usually do, but they say you don't have to.
1 cup of chopped pecans and 3 cups of apples peeled and sliced.
Did you say 2 cups of sugar?
3 cups of flour.
2 cups of sugar?
2 cups of sugar, ma'am.
There's my 2 cups of sugar.
Okay.
I'll move over that.
And it says blend together oil, sugar, eggs, and vanilla. Add flour and mix well. Fold in pecans and apples. Bake in a greased pan for 1 hour at 350 degrees. I'll let y'all screenshot that if you want to.
Might not take that long with this. Cause
this is for a butt pan?
I think so or something. But this is the longer. I'll just have to check it.
If you already have the cookbook, it's on page 35. And it's called Apple Cake. There's 2 of them on that same page. And we're doing the middle one, the one that Mama does. Then there's the sauce that goes on it. It's 1 cup of packed brown sugar, 1/4 sweet milk, and 1 stick of butter. And you mix the ingredients and cook for 3 to 4 minutes. Pour hot sauce over hot cake and let it sit in a pan for 2 hours before you serve it. So that's one reason we didn't do this one live, because it's going to take a while. We'll have to take a pause and let it bake and then come back and show you the finished product. It's hard to do it live and show you all the finished product. So that's the reason we don't always cook everything on live. Alright, I got Mama's apples in here, and this is supposed to be 2 cups.
You've got it pretty full.
So Mama, tell me this. How much chopping should I do?
I want them
Yes, ma'am.
little, but not creamed, not applesauce.
Yes, ma'am. I get a little bit carried away sometimes. I realize that. That's 2 pulls of the string, which equals 12 chops each. So I've done chop 24 times. So you can see how I get a little carried away and things get a little extra chop, because that's 24 slices with a knife right there. I'm getting nervous. Shake it down a little bit. She's watching me. Y'all can't see her, but I'm getting the eye. You want to look at them?
Let's see. There's some thick ones in there yet. I don't want them hardly that thick.
Yes, ma'am. That means...
A couple more pulls, maybe. That goes 1 egg in.
That means... Well, Mom, they can't see. Come over here, and they can see you cook.
I do better not than
We need a director. I got 3 pulls in that time. She didn't say a word.
I was concentrating on this. I didn't catch it. That might be good enough. It'll be an applesauce.
How's that, Mama?
That's good. Whatever it is, we'll take. Measure it out.
Look at that, folks. How many cups did I say you needed? And the book was opened. 1 cup of chopped pecans, 3 cups of apples.
Oh, we might have to do another apple or 2.
That's what I'm here for, Mama. To serve. That's a 3/4 cup.
I've got the cup over there.
Okay. Can I use it?
Yeah.
This is the supersonic chopper. Some of y'all were asking in the last segment there. And it is on Mama's Tupperware link, and I will post that link in the comments. And we'll be ready to go with it. Mama, you're right. We are going to have to cut an apple up, I can tell. Because you want it good and appley. I mean, with an apple, raw apple cake, that's the star of the show.
I know it.
So that is 1 cup. Does it go in there? No.
No, put it in your bowl you got it out of right now.
Okay. Yep, I'm going to have to cut an apple. Pick out what apples you want me to cut, Mom. You want the yellows or the reds or the...
Or the orange or the purples.
You got purple apples, Mama?
We might have.
Purple apples. Okay. That's 2, and I need...
1 more or 2 more?
1 more apple. 1 more little apple will do.
Well, here's 1 more little apple then.
Okay, can I use your knife here?
Yeah, that's what's been on it, is apples.
Mama's washed the apple. It's been in the refrigerator. She washed it before she...
What'd you do?
Dropped the knife. She washed it before she put it in there, and she washed it when she took it out. I'm going to peel this apple on. Let's see if I can do it, folks. I don't know. They used to see if you could cut an apple. This was a southern thing, I'm sure. Cut an apple, all the apple, without breaking your peeling. And it took skills. And everybody couldn't do it. Well, everybody didn't do it, I'll put it that way. But that was a thing. I don't know what they... But I remember my uncles would do it. And that's, look there. Didn't break that peel. They'd have their pocket knife out. And they would peel that apple. I thought about this the other day when I was looking at Facebook. And it said, if you want some good advice, go and talk to a man with a pocket knife peeling an apple. You'll hear some good advice. And I got to thinking over my childhood, and that's true. You can hear some good advice if you just listen to your uncles and your grandpa and your dad and all them folks. I'm trying to concentrate. Oh, that was awful skinny right there. Ooh. I'm going to have to cut a sharp curve. Mama, I might pull this off. What does it mean? Do you know what it meant when you could do it?
No.
Do the women do this stuff too?
I guess some of them might. I never did. I didn't figure I'd be successful at it.
Well, look at her. One whole peeled apple.
You've practiced,
My
huh?
Uncle Dutch will be proud of me.
Yeah.
Look at that. I didn't think I could
He'd
do
say,
it.
boy, you can do something, can't you?
Well, yeah, you do. Well, yeah, he'd say. Well, yeah. There it is, one whole apple. Some of y'all may know the reason that was, or if that was just something that they did, or what. But share it if you do know. Put it in the comments, because we need to know those things.
We never did think to ask Dutch, did we?
No, so many things. It's just common, and you think, well, that's just the way they do it. And then later on, you get in life, and you think, why didn't I ask?
That's right.
Why didn't I ask that question? He taught me a lot of stuff. Some things you can learn by observing, and some things you need to know the answer. Just taking the little bit of core out. Which is, there really isn't a core to an apple. It's all apple, and you can eat it all if you start from the bottom eating it. But if you do it this way, you do end up with that little core there. And you got a little seed pod in the middle, but that's it. Since I got some of them chopped already, I'm going to chop these in half again, so I won't make the others applesauce, as Mama says. Where we're used to doing lives, I keep wanting to go see what y'all are saying, but you ain't saying nothing because we're recording. Some of y'all have asked about when we go live. We just go live whenever we cook. We don't have a schedule. We don't do our videos on a schedule. It's just us living and sharing with you all. So when we cook, you all are here with us, and most of the time, 99% of the time, I'll say. And we don't go live every time. Some things, people want to see the finished product, and I know I'm the same way. If I'm watching a video and they start cooking, I want to see how it turns out. So when you're making a cake that takes 30 minutes to bake, you can't,
45.
or 45, or a dish that takes that long, you can't hold you folks on here that long. So that's when we film. If it's something quick, then we can do it live. We like to do that, and then we just have to come on and chat and talk
And
a
then
lot.
when it's quick, we can't even do that.
We can't even do it quick. If y'all watch the live we done Saturday evening, you'll know that. I guess today will be Sunday evening. Time I get this, but it's just a few minutes ago when we really done it. Shake it a little bit, get all the pieces going. But this is the supersonic chopper. It's the new one, and it's the supersonic line that they have. They have several of them on there, and they're on Mama's Tupperware page. And if you were interested in it, that's what it is. Had several people asking during the live, and I didn't really see it till after. So sorry I didn't get the word. Mama, how strict are we on these 3 cups?
As long as there are 3 cups.
I mean, can we do 3 and a bit? Because I've got a bit left.
Yeah, we'll do it. Don't need to do less, maybe, but we can do it.
See, I got that much left. I ain't going to waste that.
And I've got the spatula messed up. There's one right over on the other side of that.
That's okay, Mama. I'll just scrape these around here. It's pretty. It's just the apples, and they just kind of slide off. Now, if you want to make applesauce, you could with a couple more pulls. This thing really does the shopping. I am using a measuring cup to like a ladle, but actually it's working really good. All right. is the apples ready for the raw apple cake. Mix what, Mama?
If you're going to mix all that stuff in that, I don't know if you're going to have room or not.
Oh, I got to mix this in there too?
Yeah, just don't worry about getting them out.
Don't worry about it, she said. It's okay. She just watched me clean that. Okay, Mama, I'm not worrying about it. I'm so proud of my one strand apple here. Look at that.
I'm proud of you too.
That won't keep or I'd frame it for you. I've done it before, but it's hard to do. Harder than it looks. Okay, it's not impossible, but it's still a little hard. So, Mama, what have you got in this mixing bowl?
I know you won't believe me, but I went right to the recipe.
Well, you don't normally do for baking. I have to give you credit where credit's due. So, are you going to mix all this in here? Is that how we're going to do it?
Can you do that?
Well, sure, Mama. I sure can. Let me get the beater. I just need the beater.
You may not can get it done. Let me check this before you start.
This might not be the right beater, Mama. It may be.
Oh.
This, I think maybe it is.
No.
Nope. I need the other beater. This goes to the original.
You just wanted to mess up more dishes.
No, but it's what you had laying here. I ain't pointing no fingers.
Oh, where's
But you had it laying here.
Where's that?
In the drawer.
I thought we used it.
I don't know, Mom. I just work here.
Did I not wash it?
I don't know. It might be in the dishwater. Oh, it's right over there. I see it. It's right there on your dish drainer. The improvement they made, so y'all know what we're talking about. The original chopper, the housing worked with this divot. So people was having more trouble with that, and because it was larger and people was getting food in it, so they narrowed it down. So the new housing here has got a white string, and it goes up in there, and it's a little bit better. So we appreciate the improvements, Tupperware. We like the old one, but this one is a little better. All right, Mama. If this will all fit in here, and the apples too.
And nuts and more flour.
Do I have to chop the nuts up separate?
No, they're chopped nuts.
I think what I'll do, does this need to be mixed more?
Yeah, it needs blended.
Let me pour this right in here.
It needs blended more. So in that right there, I have got 1.5 cups of oil, 2 cups of sugar, 3 eggs, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I put, that's all I've got in that right now. No, I've got flour. I've got 2 cups of flour in that. And I've got a cup of chopped pecans.
Are they chopped already?
Yeah, they're little pieces, and some's bigger, and a cup of flour right here to add rice. And what I'm doing is trying to coat the pecans a little bit so that they'll stay.
If you're going to add nuts, craisins, if you're going to add anything to a cake mix, roll it in flour, and that coating on those whatever you're putting in there will keep it all from. Well, it would be a lot of times on the top, but it'll keep it all from sinking to the bottom of your pan, and it'll stay up in the batter as once you mix it.
So that's everything. There's 2 cups of flour in there, and here's the other cup, and the nuts, and then the apples, and that's all we've got. And then we'll have it. That's the reason why I couldn't get the oil mixed in good with that.
Well, this is mixing it. But it is thick.
You're pulling hard on me.
It's thick, but it's mixing it. But I'm going to fold those apple pieces in here.
Yeah, and fold them and stuff.
See? Mixed good.
And
it doesn't take many pulls. Every time you pull that rotation, it's the equivalent of 12 knife cuts.
maybe you can scrape some of that oil off the side of that.
Off this is oil?
That's what I couldn't get blended by my hand unless I used my little mixer.
You could use a regular mixer, but this is... Mama, you're making thick cakes tonight.
Just the way they're turning out, maybe.
This was a little thicker.
A little harder.
Oh, it wasn't hard. It was just thicker. You can just tell it's thicker. I'm used to when we make cakes in it the other way. It's looser.
Well, we don't stir and pull. We just put the mixture to it. Zoop.
Now, when I make them in here, you can zoom. Mama's a fast mixer. Somebody asked about her mixer she uses. It's her favorite, but it's a turbo thing. It's old. I don't know how old it is. Okay. So I'm going to go back into the mixing bowl. Got this blended well. Go back over here, and then I'll fold in the apples and the nuts that have been mixed in with the flour.
You're such a good helper. I'm going to clean this mess up. As soon as that cake breaks, I'm going to bed. What are you going to do?
Well, Mama, it's dark 30. It's 10:30. Usually I'm already in the bed.
Lord, I should have been asleep by now. What happened to the time?
I don't know, Mama. I don't know. But, you know, one thing is you didn't get started till late.
I know it. Well, I was going to do it in the morning, have it all. And I was afraid it wouldn't have time with the ham and the cake dough.
Well, you could have taken one of them out in the canning kitchen.
I probably had to yacht up early.
Take one of them out in the canning kitchen and put it in that oven. Mama's got a canning kitchen. She wanted a canning kitchen because she didn't want to can on her glass top stove when she got it. So we put a gas stove out in the end of the garage and just turned one end of the garage into a canning kitchen. And I don't know that she's ever used it for canning. We've cooked out there before, but Mama, that never would have held in there. But she uses her glass top stove whether she's supposed to or not.
You know what I didn't do?
Did you put eggs in here, Mom?
Yes, I got eggs, but I got my cinnamon.
Oh, up on the other side is that organic cinnamon that someone sent us.
Ain't they one in a shaker up here?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I put that. I did thank you one, didn't I?
Yeah, because I couldn't get that big and down there.
I put it in a Tupperware shaker. Now, Mama, all this flour go in here?
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm going to mix this with that.
Mama, come over here on the camera. They can't see you, and they think you're hiding.
I am hiding.
See, you heard it here first, folks. She's hiding from y'all. Mama's a hard cat to follow now. She, that smells so good. One of y'all sent us some organic cinnamon. It just smells good. It's wonderful.
Wonderful smell.
What are we waiting on? A measurement?
Yeah. I'm going to get one of these spoons right fast. Well, I said I was getting my Old Faithful.
Your housekeeping measures?
Yeah.
Y'all have any of these? This is what Mama set up housekeeping with. I think they're aluminum. One of whatever that is.
Teaspoon.
1 teaspoon.
Yeah.
Is that all you get for the whole batch?
Yeah. Well, I really don't think this one calls for cinnamon. But my other old recipe I do.
This is a wonderful little thing. It's got the dipping one here and the sprinkle one there. All right, Mama.
So this one don't call, but the one I always make does. I mean the loaf pan. And I want some cinnamon with them apples.
Well, this ain't got much cinnamon. I'd put a little bit more.
You put a little more.
Let me just sprinkle some.
We'll sprinkle some. Whatever.
We went by the rules, but you know you can go with the rules so long, and you gotta do your thing. I'm gonna sprinkle till it looks like we got some cinnamon in here.
That's for my apple bread that I make. But I think if you've got apples, you need some cinnamon to go along
I
with
bet that much more. However much you think that is. Probably a half a teaspoon. Yeah, now it's looking like there's cinnamon in that flour. So I'm going to say a teaspoon and a half on cinnamon. Or you can omit it and not put it at all. Or you can put as much as you want to.
It don't call for it, but I think it's...
It's your cake. Flour and all. Right, here we go. This is a huge cake.
That's the reason I've got this deeper pan over here.
This is a lot of cake, folks. Look there. It's smelling good. It smells like a fall cake, Mama.
Yeah, I've been wanting that. Neighbor brought me some banana bread, but I was wanting apple something to go with that. I think of caramel apples and everything like that right now.
Well, it is apple season.
Yeah.
Fall. It's time for apple. Mama, hand me that frank over there. I've got baptized in flour.
Well, what'd you do that for?
Really? Because this bowl's full. As
You know
usual.
what?
As usual.
Janice took my bowl from church, left over, and I got the bowl, and that's a smaller bowl than I
Yeah, it is, Mama, because it's coming right off the edge.
I never even thought about that. So
Why are you making a mess, she says, and she get over here making...
I wasn't paying any attention, and I got the bowl that I thought was the right one.
You got me over here making a 10-pound of cake and a 5-pound bowl.
Well...
You know, Dolly Parton says you can't put 10 pound of flour in a 5-pound sack. You can't put
Well, you can nowadays. You probably could.
You can't put 10 pound of cake in a 5-pound bowl either. Without at least without the flour going everywhere.
Here's your damn more oil to give you some more moisture.
Waste not, want not.
That's right.
This looks wonderful and it smells wonderful. Now I've got all that folded in there. That's 3 cups and a piece of apple. The real recipe says 3 cups. So we put 3 cups in whatever I had left. And how much of the pecans did you put, Mama?
1 cup of pecans.
1 cup of pecan pieces.
And 3 cups of flour.
3 cups of flour. Read the recipe off, Mama. Okay, Mama's got the pan sprayed. She's taking her festive fall Temptations. This is from Temptations. Look at that, how pretty. Ain't that say fall? Don't that just match the season? Okay, Mama, this is mixed. You know, check your recipe.
Okay.
It's something you need to do, folks. Check them recipes because we have been known to leave out the eggs.
Oh, you never will let me live that down, will you? Okay, 1.5 cups of oil, check.
Check.
2 cups of sugar, check.
Check.
3 eggs, check.
Check, check, check.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Check.
1 cup of chopped pecans.
I know you did that.
3 cups of apple. And I don't know if this is a misprint, but it says peel and sliced. I don't slice my apples. I chop my apples. Because that goes with my other recipe. I've never used sliced apples in one. And 3 cups of flour.
Check, check, check. And
that's all.
In your pan, spray it good. You can use baker's spray or you can use canola oil. Is that what this is?
Yeah, that's spray canola oil.
Okay, so I'm just going to pour this in.
It looks beautiful.
It looks like German chocolate cake.
Yeah, like the icing. I throw a handful of coconut in there, and it sure would look.
When I was mad, I thought, this looks like German chocolate icing. Mama, we got to get you a bigger mixing bowl, though.
There's plenty big ones down there,
But you want to watch me do it in this small one. I understand, Mama.
No, I just usually get the
one on
one
top.
next to the one next to the biggest one in the stack there, and that's what I was doing, and it don't work out because it's the biggest one wasn't in there. I mean, the one I used wasn't in there.
Old habits. Now there you go, folks, and due to the modern conveniences of recording, we'll have this out in just a second for you all. We're going to have to wait. How long are we going to bake this for?
It says 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
We'll be up to 12:30.
You all won't have to. You all can watch it in just 1 second, because we're going to put this in, and when it's done, we'll come back and show you what it looks like. You want to get it?
Now lift it.
Mama, I've been lifting it. I already lift. You want me to put that in there?
No.
Okay, folks, that's it for right now. We're going to pause, and we'll be right back with the finished cake. And then, Mama, let me rephrase that. Do you pour that on and bake it again, your next step?
What? No, the sauce?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a
Come
cup
over here,
of
Mama.
brown sugar.
I'm going to get a rope and tie it right here on the edge so she can't go any farther than that.
Something on the counter.
So, I started to say we'll be back with the finished cake. You know, do you make that sauce and then pour it over the finished cake while it's hot? That's what it said.
It just says 1 cup of brown sugar packed, 1/4 a cup of sweet milk. And you don't see that in many recipes nowadays.
No, usually it don't say sweet milk.
Is that 1/4? I can't really see.
Yeah, it's tiny. 1/4 sweet milk.
It's so tiny I can't see it. And look here, big, and that's so tiny you can't see. And 1 stick of butter. It just makes almost like a caramely or brown sugar glaze, and just pour it over it. And you says mix the ingredients for 3 or 4 minutes, let it cook, and pour hot sauce over cake and let it sit for 2 hours before serving. I may wait till in the morning and make that a hot sauce so that the cake won't just get plumb gooey.
Now we'll make it tonight and pour it what's hot. It said we have to do it all tonight so they can show it, so you can see it.
Well, I hope the cake.
We'll be back in just a minute. She'll make the sauce, and then we'll be taking another pause. And when the cake finishes, we'll pour it over it. Mama's trying to get. All right, the cake is done. We didn't make it in between. We waited till the cake. It's even cooled quite a bit. So here is the cake. It is a big, heavy, thick cake. Look at that. And Mama's going to make this
sauce to go on it.
Sauce.
Okay, it calls for 1 stick of butter, and I just cut it up like that so it would melt quicker. And I don't know why, but it says 1/4 cup of sweet milk. That's like old-timey recipes.
That's the kind you put on your cereal in the morning.
And then 1 cup of packed, until it's packed in our brown sugar. And that's all it says do. And then take it to your stove and cook it 3 to 4 minutes. So,
now what's this? By the magic of TV, this will go from this to
whatever.
Into that in just 4 minutes. But you have to stir constantly.
See that?
It's like caramel. What I did here is I took this meat fork and I just poked holes all in it. And now it's going to drain, so it's full of holes. Now this will go down in there.
Can you scoot it this way a little closer? My arms won't stretch and hold it.
So here we go with the caramel sauce. Set it down, Mom.
Yeah.
Let me have it.
Thank you, sir. I don't know why it was up there.
Do what?
I stuck my spoon in the skillet when I was supposed to kettle. I was supposed to be down here. I said, I don't know why I was in the kettle for.
So there it is, folks. Raw apple caramel cake. And that will be delicious. And that will go down in there and those little holes. So tomorrow, it may not even look like it's got glaze on it, but it'll be in there and it'll be on there. And how delicious is that? Say good night, Mama. It's late.
Oh, yes. Good night, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Y'all have a great night. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.